Shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodash. I want to say double honors to our apostles who are elders, who rule well. Blessings and salutations to you brothers out there teaching and enduring truth and sincerity. This is for Abamah for the Nebraska camp. This is GMS pushing the mark for Nebraska. Yeah, man, I want to go over the times we're in, man. The earth groaneth, okay? The people mourn, as the scriptures say. Get it real quick. So I don't want to lose my place somewhere. All right, in Proverbs 29:2, it says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked rule, the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Okay, and the people are in mourning. Down on from the Edomites, from the sons of the Most High, sons of the wicked, and the sons of man. All right, the sons of the Most High being the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The sons of man being the nations, and the sons of the wicked being the Edomites. Okay, everybody's groaning under the rule of the rulership of the sons of the wicked. All right, and the people mourn. Was it yesterday? Everybody was meeting up in Uganda, talking about the rapture and things like that. You know what I'm saying? And wailing, and then you have people in Nepal, overthrowing the government and things like that. And people in Nepal, going crazy, losing their minds, and just bringing out insurrections and sedition. Okay, you have earthquakes in Venezuela, as well as, just other things going on, political unrest. You got right-wing politics trying to turn to Christianity and then painting themselves as martyrs, such as Paul, and being likened unto their idol, Jesus. So I won't dare associate them trying to liken themselves unto our Savior, Yahweh Shai. All right. Things of that nature, with, the economics, the people complaining on how, the president came in and, promised that he would increase jobs and better business with, putting these tariffs on countries, and it only increased the prices and the public had to pay for it, which I honestly think that, the whole system was set up to let him be, because his first election, it seemed like he was the golden child. And then he didn't make the second one, and then he came back again and won it, and now he's just going ham, doing things that are unprecedented, or non-constitutional, and it's almost like he's gonna, try to be the tyrant of America, man. Like he's not gonna try to get off that seat, I believe Nero tried to do the same thing, but putting statues up of himself, people are in very low case, okay. As the scriptures say, this world hasteth fast to pass away. Okay, so I want to get an excerpt from 2nd Ezra, the 4th chapter, and it says 4:26 through 31. It says, then answered he me and said, the more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel, for the world hasteth fast to pass away. All right. And we can see that, all right? This world, from the ocean, the whales, beaching themselves, animal beaching themselves because of the pollution in the waters that's being pushed by these corporations, mainly Edomites, and their legislations that allow pollution and oil and toxic waste to be pumped into the oceans, them pumping a HARP system into the air. You got birds dying, happened. I don't know if it happened recently, but it has happened recently. the way they grow plants and farms, the way they take care of the land and follow land Sabbath. They don't follow land Sabbath. The way they carry debt. All right, the mass production of everything, the high concentration, high fructose producing of everything, just pretty much destroying the world for greed of resources and control of the people. Okay, and you can't just do that to somebody. You can't just do that to a thing. You can't get in a car and just put any kind of gas in it, any kind of oil in it, just because you want to run it into the ground so you can keep dragging your product to and fro throughout the earth. You know, you can't just treat the earth like crap. You can't drain the earth of its resources, i.e. the oil, and think nothing's going to happen. You can't just pump everything into the atmosphere, metals into the atmosphere. You can't pump metals into human beings and not expect some type of reaction. And just because you have another loophole of an answer, okay, if you're getting sick, then I'm going to give you this, and that's going to help me make money, you know, through your medical field. And it's always this circle of greed. You know, you sell people things that get them sick, then you sell them the things that cure them, and then that cure creates a side effect, and then they got to pay to get diagnosed for that side effect, and then you pay for a solution, and it's just this constant circle of you consuming from everything that's around you, all right? And so everything is going to start going to shit, okay, to be frank. It says, verse 27, cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in time to come, for this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities. You see, it says, but as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good. Because the thing is that people do not understand judgment. They take what we doing as hate. They're even trying to pass laws and legislation to say if you say anything violently against the government, hey, the Lord is coming with his hosts and his angels to overthrow evil. That's you can associate that with a violent statement towards Babylon. If Babylon's doing all the wickedness, what is the Lord coming back to do? So we can't say that now, because they're trying to say that that's a threat against the government, because they're using these social class groups, you know, to become a threat. Pretty much the public, okay? They're using the public to stifle, because they've been saying for a long time their opinions, even with the CK guy, him getting offed. He you know, they're saying, oh, we followed the text, and we seen plenty of texts and showing us signs and this and that. And then now it's like, okay, so you follow people, everybody on Twitter, which they're already doing. They're just saying, can we create a legislation to that if anybody say anything derogatory to somebody that's of politics, that's why they're trying to associate with him with being in politics. He was not elected for anything. He was a YouTuber, okay? And he got a military, they made him a martyr, okay? They did it on purpose to raise up and to break down free speech, okay? Which he was really an antagonist, okay? If y'all want to talk about somebody raising up violence, you know, man, hey, go watch Charleston White, man, the interview, man. It's the guy is he's an antagonist himself, but he was on point, man, with explaining everything of what's going on and how it's being portrayed and how he manipulated things. You know, I would say he could put it in better words than I can. Okay. But going continue, it says, verse 28, it says, but as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee, for evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. You know, also like I read that. So, because, you know, all this that is going on there's an end to this. There's an end all to this. Okay, so when you go into verse 30, it says, for the grain of evil seed have been sown in the heart of Adam, okay, from the beginning, and how much ungodliness it brought up upon this time, and how much shall it bring forth until the time of threshing come? Ponder now by thyself how great fruit of wickedness the grain of evil seed had brought forth. Okay, and when you go into the early in the chapter from like verse 5 to verse 11, it'll tell you that, go to the past, go do this. Like, we don't understand, ultimately, we don't understand the judgment of the Lord, because we don't understand the totality of the world. We don't understand time. Nobody can look at a baby and say, oh, you don't know if that's going to be Jeffrey Dahmer or another Paul. You don't. You just see it as a baby, so you see the present for the present. So we can't judge eternity, right? So when the Lord does things, we're just judging it based off of what's happening now and what's in front of us. Because it says that, that those missiles shall not regard children, no women, no nothing. It's not, judgment just comes down. The Lord knows who's evil from the rooter to the tutor, from the age group, the gender. It don't matter. The Lord knows who's wicked and who's not, man. All right, and he's going to eliminate everybody precisely, because he says none of the least of them shall fall out of my hand. Okay, and we're in perilous times, and people are not understanding judgment, nor have they called on the Lord, so they're trying frantically to gather the oil up. All right, but they don't want to come to the right oil shop. We're the oil shop. You know what I'm saying? Like 50 said, I take you to the candy shop. We're the oil shop. Okay? As we're gathering up our oil, we have, we're dispersing it. And this oil is this gospel, it's this truth, it's the understanding. Okay? And we can't make you get the oil. We can't make you consume this roll. But we're going to present it to everyone on the highways and byways and on the internet ways. Okay? And I want to get this last section in the same chapter, same book, same chapter, 2 Ezra 4:39. And it says, and for our sakes, peradventure, it is the floor of the it is that the floors of the righteous are not filled, because of the sins of them that dwell upon the earth. Because when we read about the evil being sown, people don't understand that this evil has to be uprooted. It has to be. It may be your Uncle Bam Bam. It may be Tanner. It may be Harvard. It may be things that you look up to and you find some type of hope within it. But at the end, it's not going to produce anything. All right? The plant is dying. And in order to save the other plants, you got to uproot that plant. You got to get rid of it. All right? It's like you got to prune a tree in order for it to grow. Yeah, it's nice and long, just like split ends, But in this case, it's the whole tree, the government, the system. Okay? It says, so he answered me and said, go thy way to a woman with child and ask for her. And ask of her when she hath filled her 9 months, if her womb may keep the birth any longer within her. Then said I, no, Lord, that can she not. And he said unto me, in the grave the chambers of souls are like the womb of a woman, like as a woman that travaileth maketh haste to escape the necessities of the travail, even so do these places haste to deliver those things that are committed unto them. So prophecy is going to come to pass. There's no way that good can come from evil. There's no way. So and we're watching it as it hastily regurgitate itself up. Okay? It's inevitable. It's going to poke its head out, and the Lord's going to be playing whack-a-mole, man. All right? Because people are groaning, sighing, and crying for all the abominations that are done in the midst thereof. The elect specifically, okay? And even heathen, They're gathering in force. People are doing TikTok videos complaining about the woes of the earth, that nothing makes any sense. You know, the prices are the rent is too damn high. And that was said about 7 years ago, 8 years ago. And it's even worse now. And it's not like they try to tell you like a systematic thing that's supposed to happen, but they don't tell you that's a trust fund, and they try to flip their money, and they did this, and they left the youth to pick up the dirt. You know why they live lavishly, and destroyed everybody that's on the tail end. They don't have any genuine concern for humanity. Everything's a come up. Everything's a come up for them. It's just like a crack dealer. Everything's a come up. But you'll say something like, I got to feed my family. But you're destroying way more families than you're helping. You know? And you try to justify it with that scapegoat of a quote. Oh, I got to feed my family. Like Biggie said, you're trying to stop me from selling crack. I'm trying to feed my daughter. You're destroying somebody else's daughter to do it. And that's wickedness, man. So a nigga got to get you off the street. You know? So yeah, the root of evil has to be turned upside down in order for us to get some type of relief or a new fresh start. And a lot of people don't understand that. So they're trying to go into a forest and yell. They're trying to take to YouTube. They're trying to come and try to burn down the White House, or not the White House, but the house in Nepal. You know, and there's a threat to the White House as well. That's why they keep on putting up fences. You're visiting with Netanyahu. People have Google now. They know how much you're spending on them, while they're constantly hearing about their jobs being lost. Okay. And you want to say, I seen one post that was pretty funny. It says, Trump has, gave us millions of jobs. I have 2 of them and still can't pay my rent. But they'll just get on the news and say, we created many jobs. Jobs pay $15, $17 an hour and shit. Construction jobs, but you still got to work this and that job because everything is so expensive because of the tariffs or trust fund increases and inflations on property and everything, the medical field, everything is inflated in price to where you can't afford it, man. And the only way you can afford it is that the more you have to be in part of the B system. You can't afford private health insurance, so then you have to work to get a job. Is either you have to have a really successful business or you have to work to get a job because they made a legislation that you have to have health insurance. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a loophole of them consuming and keeping the American citizens and the people of the world on this hamster wheel. It's not just America, but America is the model to everybody. But a lot of these countries don't like that model, and they're in an uproar about it. And it's going to get worse because you can't control the spirit of the people. You can create a concept to trick people, like say you could fool, most of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time. Something like that. But I just wanted to bring that out. With that being said, I'll give all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Wachakwadash. I want to say that honor to our apostles, who are elders, which are GMS, who rule well. Blessings and salutations to you brothers out there teaching and enduring truth and sincerity. Shalom.